Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday to you. Welcome to the Actors Area. North, south, east, and west, wherever you are in between in the present, listening to this in the future. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Your presence is greatly appreciated. And so many essences of the word. I paused there for a bit. You ever have those like brain farts? And you just kind of like stop because like your mind goes blank. I've been there's this practice, this Japanese practice. I think it's called Fudo. No, not Fudo Shin. It's Mushin no Shin. I think it's called Mushin no Shin, and it means like empty mind. And so sometimes I've been kind of reading up on that a bit, and you say empty mind, and then all of a sudden there's nothing in your mind, and you're not saying anything. So that kind of happened at that point. But anyway, this is an acting podcast, not necessarily a podcast about Japanese mind techniques. We'll save that for Love Your Vibe and the Ultimate Manifestation podcast. If you want to check those out as well. But good morning to you guys. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. And, I always want to make it a point to allow you to walk away from these episodes with stuff that you can use. Practicality is the biggest thing, I think, in life in general. It's great to have principles. It's great to stand by certain things, but unless you're practicing them, they're not really benefiting you or us, period, if we're not practicing. So, stuff that I've had the opportunity to practice and have seen some success with it, it's my joy, it's my love to actually offer those to you just to see if it will work, And so today we're kind of talking about creating a successful business through spiritual principles, creating a successful acting career, which is a business, through spiritual principles. And so all that really comes down to is you understanding that, your business, your career is a reflection of you, okay? Your career, your business is a reflection of you. If you look at your career right now, you can kind of see who you are, who you've been, and where you're going. It's just that simple to ascertain just by observing, your career. So, and most times people just want to know how to be successful, right? They want to know how to be successful. And I'm just going to be completely honest with you. Success is the easy part, right? Success is the easy part. And what I mean by success, I'm not talking about, you all of a sudden just, working 1,000 jobs a year and because that is imbalance. Overworking yourself is not a good look for anybody, So I don't want you to think that when I say success, I mean you're just booking all of the time, because eventually you're just going to burn out. That's what happens. We think that, it's good to work, and then you see the rest of your life fall apart. No, when I say success, I mean that you set a goal, you accomplish it, and you move forward to set another goal to accomplish. And that sort of becomes success. Success is all about you saying what you're going to do, you doing it, and then you're watching it unfold. So in injecting the spirituality aspect of this, the first thing you have to ask is, who am I? And who do I believe myself to be? Because when you know that, that's going to reflect into your career. It's going to reflect into your business. If you don't know who you are as an actor and what you bring to the table, and what is the essence of you as a performer, you're likely going to struggle, or you're going to be pulled in different directions, and it's going to cause so much confusion. So the first thing to do is just to ask, who am I and what do I bring to this business as a performer, as an actor, as an actress, right? And take some time with that, because that's just not a question you just all of a sudden pop up with an answer right away. You got to take some time with this, because, it's soul work. That's all business is. Business comes from the soul. The most successful businesses out there, most successful actors out there are the ones, and I mean successful in the sense of longevity, are the ones that really have an idea of who they are. They love that concept, right? And then they act upon that concept. They take action from that concept, right? So what does that look like? Well, first and foremost, it means cleaning out the muck, right? So cleaning out the muck just basically says, whatever in my life, in my career, that does not enhance it or make me a greater performer or person, it's time for me to get rid of it. It's time for me to let go of it, right? And you just start letting go. You start cleaning house. What you find is, as an actor or an actress, from year to year, there's always something different to sort of sift through, right? Case in point, I was, in a position to where, I wanted to do more writing. I wanted to do more behind the scenes stuff. And so that kind of shifted the direction of what my career started to look like. And so I had to make provisions to make those adjustments, right? Because it's not about how much money you're making. It's not about all the roles that you're booking. It's about what brings you joy and what you love doing, right? And as long as that's present, you will be fine. You will be better than fine. You'll be great, and things will work out for you extremely well, right? It's when you start going through the motions and you start doing stuff because you feel like this is what people want you to do, is when you you do get into trouble, because you can stymie yourself, right? So it's always a good question to ask, where am I vibrating? What am I vibrating out to the rest of the world as an actor, as a business, right? And that comes from introspection, spiritual introspection, going deep within yourself to really find out the truth of what is in you and what you have to give, okay? So another aspect of creating a successful business as an actor is basically just coming down to the idea that if you take care of what's in, what's without will take care of itself. Okay? If you take care of what's within, what's without will take care of itself. And so what does this mean? This means that you're not bad talking anybody else. You're not engaging in negativity, because negativity is just the worst for any aspect of life. You're building positive relationships. You're building connections that are based off of kindness to each other and helping each other the moment something comes along. The one thing that I sort of, I don't want to say regret, but I wish I did more of in Los Angeles was just build more connections. I can't tell you how many industry friends, actually all the industry friends that I wind up making led to jobs, right? So as an actor, before you really have not only the money, but the expertise to sort of market yourself a little bit more, you're basically word of mouth. You're meeting different people and you're sharing the information that you have, like your headshot and your reel and stuff like that. And you're booking roles off of that. And so many roles came to me from that I wish I would just have done more of it. But I can tell you right now, like, these different meetups, when you go on set, like, one of the most underrated places to meet all types of industry people is being an extra, right? Being an extra, because everybody, especially as an actor for the most part, unless it's some kind of special circumstance, starts out as an extra to figure out, okay, is this something that I really want to do, right? And there were times where, I had so many jobs under my belt. I was getting residual checks, from different jobs that I had done, and I'd still take on the opportunity to be a featured extra, just so I could meet different people and discover things about them, and they could discover things about me and share like my book and my articles and stuff like that. And so it's a really great opportunity to network. Now, I don't believe that network has to be the end all be all, because here's the thing. A lot of times, especially if your energy's not right, you can kind of take in people who are out to manipulate you. And so we don't want that to be the case of you having to go through that, because it just saves you a lot of time and a lot of heartache. But, get out there and talk to people. And here's the most important thing. Don't talk to people to get something. Talk to people to build a friendship. One of my really, I don't say really good friends, but actually he is a good friend. I don't talk to him as much, but this guy was always so kind to me. And, the reason it worked so well was because it was based on friendship. Like, I would call him and like make fun of him for like not working out, or, he would say he would come work out with me, but he didn't want to get killed or anything like that. And so we had such a great friendship, to the point where when he got the chance to direct and produce his first independent film that actually paid really well, he called me to be the lead, right? He called me to be the lead, and it was just because we had that friendship, and he knew that I was capable of acting in his film, that he called me up. So it's like, use your business to build friendships, and then from friendships, build business connections as well. Because honestly, people will only work with you if they like you, and they will only work with you if they feel that you're not thirsty, girlfriend, or desperate, right? Desperate people don't get anything. Desperate people push other people away. So you tone the energy down, right? Tone the energy down, and you just take a moment to just really relax, man, to really relax. And so for me, like I said, although I wish I could have done more of that, it just doesn't stop from a standpoint of acting, right? Like, you can tell people, like, say if you're segueing into more producing and writing and doing films, and you may need funding, tell anybody about your film. Tongue-tied. Tell anybody about your film, because you'll never know who might write you a $10,000 check to help you to get your production off the ground. Like, it's just that easy. It's that simple. You never know, but until you actually say something. But keep it more as a friendship thing. And here is the trick. Okay? Here is the trick. Always wait for somebody else to ask what it is that you do. Okay? Always wait for somebody else to ask what it is that you do, because right then and there, that is the energetic vibration that this person is interested, and you have your shtick ready, and you sell it, right? You sell it. You sell it in a way, though, that is not saying, I want you to buy this shit, or else I'm going to bop you upside the head. You sell it in a way that's not really selling. You just show how much you love it, right? That's why you're here. That's why you're doing this. You show how much you love doing what you do, being an actor, being a writer, being a producer, being a director, and it'll resonate, right? And if they can't do anything for you, they might think, you know what? this guy would be perfect for this person. Let me introduce them, right? Absolutely. It's amazing how it works when you're moving from a place of pure love, right? Because love and money vibrate at the same level. So if you're moving from love, money is inevitable. All right, moving right along. Okay, so here's another thing, and I think that this would probably be the most important aspect of creating a successful business to really realize, right? As a matter of fact, I think it is the main aspect, and it's just getting in your own way. But get out of your own way if you're in your own way. And a lot of times, coaches and students and stuff that I've encountered will say, "Well, I'm not in my own way." And when you've done stuff for a long time and you've done a lot of spiritual principles, you can see right away what somebody is doing and what somebody is not doing. And a lot of times you just see people get in their way by trivial stuff, right? Keep in mind, everything carries a vibration in this universe. Everything is energy, from the space you're taking up right now to the blanket on the couch, to the pillows on your bed, to the specks of sheetrock in the ceiling. Everything carries an energy, right? So if you're bad-mouthing or talking bad about somebody else, guess what? You're carrying a negative charge of energy, and that is going to stop your progress, or it's just going to lead you to somebody who's going to do the exact same thing to you, because like always attracts like in this universe. It's all magnetic. It's electromagnetic. So you're going to go right to the person that is doing the exact same thing that you are, or your progress is just going to be hindered. And so the reason I say that is because I just don't want that to happen. And it's so easy to get caught up in that, because what I find a lot of times is, we did an earlier podcast on pivoting and shifting directions, and actors don't sometimes know when to do that, because all they can see is what's in front of them, when in actuality, paradise is just on the side of the road. If you just took a side street and went down a few steps, you could see that paradise is right there. Instead, they criticize everybody else that's progressing, everybody else that's making headway. It's not about that, right? There's enough success to go around for everybody, right? There is. There's enough types of success to go around for everybody. An important question people have asked me all the time: do you feel like you're a successful actor? I said, absolutely, without question. And they ask, well, why is that? My answer, because at this point, I can act whenever I want. I can do it because I love it. I don't do it out of desperation. I still get paid residuals off of it. I have movies that are on Netflix, that are on Amazon, that are on Xfinity and stuff like that I can watch if I ever decide to watch. And I just really love the process of experiencing that and also helping people. So yes, to me, that definition is success, right? Because if I was caught up in saying, most people get fame mixed up with success, right? And then here I can just honestly tell you from my psychology days, if you have an obsession with fame, you probably have some self-esteem issues, right? That's not personal. That's just how it is. If you're thirsting after fame, that means that you need approval on the highest level. But here's the thing. You get that, and you have no self-worth and no self-love, it can break you in half. It can break you in half. Now, I'll tell you, it feels good. It feels really good. And I've had the opportunity to experience, a little bit of that with certain commercials and certain movies and stuff like that. Yeah, it feels good. But at the same time, Wayne Dyer said one of the most important things. He says, I like approval, but I don't need it, right? He said, I love approval, but I don't need it. And that was so perfect because as long as you don't need it, you're fine. But if you're needing this, then you're in trouble because once that well dries up, you can find yourself addicted to alcohol, addicted to drugs, trying to find somewhere else to make up that fix that you had. So enjoy it while you can, but know that fame is not necessarily success. Success is just creating value in your career and in your life for people. And if you do that, you will have a successful business because the only way you create value is if you love something. And if you love something, once again, love resonates with money and it's just going to show up in your life. And it's just that simple. Love what you do, continue to love it no matter what anybody else says, and that will create a successful business because that's the ultimate energy. That's the ultimate vibration that is here in this universe for us to use in order to manifest the things that we truly desire. So with that being said, let's set an intention for your business, and then we will let you go, guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead. So let's take a moment. Let's just do this hookup real quick. Take your middle finger on your right hand, place it on your third eye, and then take your middle finger on your left hand and place it in the center of your chest. That's called a hookup, and it's a heart and mind hookup. It's going to link up your mind to your heart, which allows both of them to move in alignment and really does center you from the standpoint of making the divinely guided decisions as it relates to your business, as it relates to your acting career. So I'm going to give you a chance to do that real quick. And once again, I just want you to focus on compassion. And today we're just going to take a moment to focus on the compassion of each and every one of these millions and millions of actors and actresses and performers out there that are going after success, that are wanting to be their very best. We want to take a moment, focus on compassion for them right now, and then we'll get into that intention in just a bit. Good. So just start taking a deep breath. Take a few deep breaths. I'm not going to. I one time started breathing into the microphone like a big old bear. It's like crazy. But no, take a moment to really just breathe in deeply. And what this does is that this links every single one of us that are on this podcast, whether you're in the past, present, or future. There is no time when it comes to the universe. And this links us all together, which allows us to share the energy of success, which allows us to share the energy of prosperity within our careers. Okay? Here we go. Dearest wonderful spirit in all of us, benevolent as you are, kind as you are, we are grateful. We are grateful that we can set the intention, and before we set the intention, you have answered it. Our intention is to succeed as actors and actresses easily and effortlessly within this business of entertainment. Whatever form that may take, may that form be in our highest good and the highest good of all concerned. We thank you, dear Spirit, for helping us to truly connect to the energy that opens that path. And we once again thank you so gratefully and peacefully, knowing that we can be calm, we can be collected as this unfolds right before our very eyes at this very moment. And so it is. Guys, have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. We will talk soon. Take care.